Dun, dun, dun. Uncle L here, and we'll do a follow-up video on the Vexilar shallow water, debacle? I don't know if I get it. Alright, so last week or week ago, posted 2 videos, S-cables, no S-cables. Vexilar, go back to the metal. Holy cow. It wasn't that cold, and I had the hardest time getting those plastic versus the metal, but the metal seemed to pull out better. I had more to grab on. So what I've learned so far, I'll crank her on. First off, in any shallow water application, one of the tools I found out is a must is actually the DD100. You're like, Uncle L, you losing it? Yeah, that DD100. So here's the first example. DD100, it goes down to 3-something feet, 3.7. That's the lowest I've got it to read. So we were out fishing and we were in about 11 feet of water. And this gauge didn't work. And I'm like, what the heck? And then it would work sometimes, then it wouldn't work the other times. So then I couldn't get it to work at all. So I'm like, ah, crap. So I'm like, did I damage it running too less of power to the double S cables, ruined the whole thing? Well, what happened was, let's see if we can tilt her forward. Whoever assembled this, because when you're out on the ice, you like to tilt it up because you're sometimes standing over your hole, or this is, so there's a cutout in the back, but the power cable came loose. So what happened was, I had just got that blank screen, and I was like, huh, dang, I'm still at 100%. Used that for like 3 outings already. So went through, disconnected everything, turned her back on, wham, depth gauge came back on, everything was nice and peachy. Second reason is, if this is too full, just say the bottom of the screen here is our ice bottom. If this goes down too low, it sort of informs you, it won't read. And it's the weirdest thing. So if it's too far down, the transducer's messed up. So you back it up, or you put it on top a little bit higher, so you're back under the water. There's a sweet spot in the low range thing. So if you mess around with it, the DD100 will all of a sudden, bam, start reading. But if you just let it dangle, dang, 3 minutes already? I just like talking to you guys, that's why. So if you just let the cord dangle too far, that gauge doesn't read out. But if you just have it in the certain right zone, it'll read 6-7 foot just fine all day. So that DD100 is a pretty valuable tool. Tells you when you're low, when you're down too low, or fix something, something's off tilt. A lot of people go, just throw it on low power. So I was using this in about 11 feet. SBBW Hunter likes to roll around with, I think it's 50-pound braid or 100-pound braid. Anyway, he dragged up something from the bottom. It was a branch or something. and I had a solid line. We got there in the morning, there was no line, but I couldn't get rid of this solid line. It was a green line. I was like, what the heck? Tried low power, switched it all around. Finally got it over to the boat mode. And the boat mode's like a little bit fuzzy, maybe, I don't know what you would call it, but it's not as refined. Anyway, the line disappeared. So I don't know if it was a fishing line, a tree branch, and it still picked up the fish. So that's one of the reasons why I run double. I can go through I can go through all this mode, no problem. And I did a few videos, 2S cables, no S cables, no S cables versus 2S cables. And what I found is, if you have it on 0 in low power mode, it doesn't give you the finest. So, perfect example of this would be, you got your two markers. You got the fine tip, and you got the thick Sharpie tip. Running 2S cables, you can get the fine tip. And then on the double cable video, I thought I messed up again, and I actually made the lure invisible, so I had enough on the 0 to make the lure invisible, which you want. So it's just a preference. S cable, no S cable. The only thing is the cost. eBay seems to be the cheapest to find these. But yeah, if you're having issues with your thing, connect the cables. Pain in the ass in the field. Check the power in the back. I was surprised because the wires were bunched up wrong. Guess they did it from the factory, and then the transducer wire was rubbing against the case, and that inadvertently put some extra tugging on the power wire and pull that out. So, learning experience. I'm having fun. This video is too long. Uncle L's out.